Wonderful good day, ladies and gentlemen. Commodity TV for you today. It's company presentation time, and we want to talk about Blackheath Resources. Blackheath Resources is a Canadian company and exploring for tungsten and tin in Portugal. The company bought the top 5 former producing tungsten mines in Portugal, and the management has a large experience with tungsten and Portugal itself, as they were the founders of Primary Metals, which in former times operated the Panasqueira tungsten mine. Primary Metals started at 15 cents and was sold after 4.5 years later for $3.65. Nice performance, I would say. Tungsten is a strategic metal and is in high demand. It sits at the top of the European Commission list of critical metals. The price more than doubled in the last years, up to $38 per kilogram. Blackheath works towards the completion of 2 separate NI 43-101 resource estimates and is in advanced talks with a strategic industry partner. Why tungsten, you may ask? Well, what are the properties? Tungsten is a very shiny and white metal and forms super hard alloys with carbon. The very high melting point stands at 3,410 Celsius degree, and it has nearly the same density as gold with 19.25 grams per cubic centimeter. That's why the guys copying gold bars love to use tungsten, and you can only see it when you use a saw and cut the bar in half. Tungsten is highly used as a cut and grinding tool like tungsten carbide in steel and superalloys, fire protection, electrodes, lightning, filaments, and in the armory and military industry. The worldwide tungsten production is 73,000 tons of tungsten, and 85% roughly of this worldwide production comes from China. China dominates the market and is today a net importer even of tungsten. It is expected that tungsten stays in a supply deficit at least until 2016 through the higher demand from China and the developed countries. In addition, there are limits in the production capacities of the large suppliers. But let's talk now about the company. Let's talk about Blackheath. The very well experienced management around James Robertson had with Primary Metals already a large success. Provided. They put the company in an IPO at 15 cents to the exchange and sold it 4.5 years later for $3.65. Also, the great board of directors is a very strong support for the company. The projects in detail. Let's start with Kovacs. In former years, this open pit and underground mine produced 366,000 tons at 0.61% tungsten trioxide between 1951 and 1974. Further exploration and drills through Union Carbide and other companies were from 1974 until 1980 conducted, including 329 diamond drill holes. The historical resource is 923,000 tons at 0.78% tungsten trioxide and contained 720,000 tons metric tons unit, which is approximately 7.2 million kilograms, with a current gross value of around $300 million. Blackheath holds an experimental mining license, which the company was at the 20th August 2013 granted, and the license is for 3 more years valid and can be renewed for additional 2 years. The skarn is open in the expansion and only 40% are until today explored. The drill results so far are very encouraging, and the tests of the exploration skarns is still ongoing. Following, I want to provide some drill results of the current drill program for you. 1.56% tungsten trioxide over 11.4 meters at Lapa Grande. This includes a unit of 2.89% tungsten trioxide over 5.10 meters and 2.11% tungsten trioxide over nearly 8 meters at Telhera. This includes a section of 4.24% tungsten trioxide over 2.5 meters in the hole CO712. The next project is the Burrata Tungsten project, also in northern Portugal situated. As all other projects, it has an excellent infrastructure, power from the grid, near or even on the property, and enough water supply. The project was from 1904 until 1985 in production and formerly the largest tungsten mine in production in Portugal. In total, They produce tungsten concentrate, which is wolframite and scheelite. From 1904 until the closure of Burrata was at 18,500 tons. The perfect infrastructure consists of a paved road network, a former hydroelectric plant for the mine, which is still in operation, groundwork for future buildings, and plant site, 2 large shafts access the vertical veins, and ample water supply. The next project of Blackheath is the Bianca tin tungsten project. It is located in northern Portugal too and has a size of 89 square kilometers. The exploration permit is valid until July 2017. Some results of the hand samples from Bianca show the possible potential. 2.12% tungsten trioxide at Valle da Fonte, 1.68% at Mina de Mascalados, and or 1% tungsten trioxide at Mina de Bodiosa. Bianca comprises 8 former mines in the project area and a ferro-tungsten smelter. The project was the 3rd best tungsten producer in Portugal. The exploration work continues and sampling goes on, as well as mapping and the drill planning. In addition, one of the 8 mine sites has alluvial potential with approximately 6.7 million tons historical resources and 16,213 tons cassiterite and 3,289 tons wolframite. Let's talk now about the Valle das Gatas project. This was the 2nd best producing tungsten mine in Portugal after Burrata. The mine was 1986 closed because of the drop of tungsten prices. The average recovery rate was at 0.35% tungsten trioxide. During the top time, this mine employed 1,000 workers and produced 635 tons tungsten concentrate per year. They defined minimum 30 wolframite subvertical quartz veins over the less than 1 kilometers. Latest samples provided results like 6.6% tungsten trioxide from a tungsten-bearing quartz vein, and from 6 dumps samples achieved an average of 0.68% of tungsten trioxide with values between 0.18 up to 1.43% tungsten trioxide. The Adoria tungsten tin project is also in northern Portugal too located. It comprises 62.6 square kilometers. The exploration license is valid until July 2017. The property was from 1906 until 1972 in production and employed during World War II over 5,000 workers. The vein structure is mostly subhorizontal and similar to the producing Panasqueira tungsten mine. Of course, Adoria has all the same advantages concerning infrastructure, power, water, etc. like the other projects. Blackheath has a healthy share structure with 22.7 million shares issued. Directors and associates have purchased and own 5.7 million shares, and the directors and insiders, meaning also the whole management, controls over 25% of the issued shares. The company is listed at the TSX Venture Exchange with the symbol BHR and in Frankfurt with the symbol 04B. In summary, the company has a strong board and management team, experienced in tungsten and mining operations in Portugal. Think about Primary Metals and the Panasqueira mine. They hold 5 of the top 7 past-producing tungsten mines in Portugal. A significant expansion of tungsten resources is possible and hopefully likely at Covas, and the first results are very encouraging. The evaluation of past-producing Burrata, Bianca and Valle das Gatas projects is underway, and 2 separate INI 43-101 reports for the end of 2014 should be finished for Covas and Burrata. Important is also that Blackheath currently is in advanced discussions with a strategic corporate partner from the industry. If they have success, this would lower the company risk significantly. Make up your mind, do your own due diligence. We hope that we can report soon more about Blackheath, and we keep you posted. Thanks for watching Commodity TV. Bye bye.